All right. It is a great day in South Florida. Welcome to Living in South Florida. My name is Chris Igoe, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're old to the channel, well then welcome too. Today we are going to talk about some of the things that exist, market dynamics that exist right now as I tour through East Boca in an area that that I have not highlighted previously. So we're headed into East Boca, headed to the beach. We are on Palmetto. You can watch this on the GPS that I'm also tracking, but I do want to be as brief as possible because these tours tend to run long, and I want to make sure that they are value packed. Now you can see there's all kinds of construction that is happening right now. You can see that the city, the municipality, is building out better infrastructure to support the community that exists down here in East Boca. To my left, you got Palmetto Dune Park, and on either side, you've got all kinds of different opportunities that exist down here in East Boca. And it's a great place to live, right? So one of the benefits of living downtown in East Boca is you've got Mizner Park, you've got all kinds of great shopping, great restaurants, you've got the coastal lifestyle. You are paying a premium to live near downtown Boca and to the beach and the coastal lifestyle and all those things. However, let's talk about market dynamics, because right now there is and I'm using an old school Alan Greenspan quote from back in the day when he talked about the irrational exuberance that exists within the economy and within the market. Well, I'm starting to see some of that come into the market now. And one of the questions that I get from lots of people from around the country and around the world who are monitoring the market, that are tracking the market, that are out there. I've got some clients that are very analytical, and they track every home that they're thinking about, every home that's sold, time on market, price reductions, value over ask. I mean, they're really going analytical and doing a deep dive so that they know exactly what the market dynamics are, which is fantastic. I love when people do that. But one of the questions they have is, Chris, I'm starting to see that there are price reductions that are happening, and that's curious. Why is that? And so I want to share exactly why that is, because it's a great question to ask. Why are there price reductions that are happening? Why does there appear to be some shift that's happening in the market? And so that's the reason for this video, right? The reason for that, now, before I answer it directly, I do need to make it clear, there are 90,000 agents, 90,000 realtors that exist within Broward and Palm Beach County. Of those 90,000, only 1,000 do 10 deals or more a year. And maybe those metrics have changed a little bit, but that's a pretty good barometer as to what the stats are. There are plenty of realtors that have their license that are not professional realtors. They have their license, they do they do a deal here and there, they do it as a hobby, they do it part-time. They're simply inexperienced, and not knocking them, but I am giving you some backstory so that you understand why these things can happen. So with that being said, the perception can be the reality. Actually, scratch that. The perception is the reality. So right now, homeowners throughout the state of Florida, and I would argue throughout the world, throughout the country, at minimum, throughout the country, they're all sitting on massive equity. They're all sitting on the awareness that we are in most places at all-time highs or close to it, right? So the market's super hot. Down here in South Florida, there is not a lot of inventory, which is great for sellers. And there's tremendous competition, which is not great for buyers. So we are in a seller's market. But these sellers, they may have unrealistic expectations about what their home is worth. And that is not uncommon, right? So that being said, there are lots of realtors that are happy to allow a seller to go out there and test the market. A lot of sellers, home sellers right now, have a false belief as to what the value of their home is. And they think that they're playing the lottery. And so they overprice their home because they're testing the market. Well, there's no good, bad, right, or wrong, and I'm not knocking anybody for what they do, but I can tell you that that is a perfect recipe for price reductions. Because if they need to sell, buyers who are out there and again, now the dynamics of market conditions change depending on the market that you're in. So there's a market within a market within a market, and you can drill that down and slice and dice that however you want, but it is the truth. There is different intensity in different areas from buyers. Some areas are hot, a long way of saying, some areas are hotter than others, right? But all that being said, some sellers, looks like we're gonna catch the bridge here. So rather than wait at the bridge, and we're in downtown Boca, so check out all this cool stuff, right? You got the, you got Tin Muffin Cafe, but you've got my favorite coming up to our right, which is Luff's Fish House, which is incredible. Really, really good. Best fish tacos you're gonna find around. And all kinds of really cool things that exist down here. Very high-end, very nice. All kinds of boutiques, high-end shopping, hightail. I'm just making up words. But I'm gonna make a left onto Northeast 5th, and we are in the area, which is the Golden Triangle, right? Anything over here by Mizner, and right now we are right by Mizner, you've got intercoastal homes that are to my right, and then on the other side of that you've got intercoastal homes, and then you've got the beach. Now there are different products that exist,
but now cocaine comes in a delicious shape. Red balls. It gives me wings.
But this whole area has changed radically. This used to be old Boca. There used to be and there still are some original homeowners that are here, but by and large, this area of old homes has been targeted, has been prospected by lots of different builders, lots of different investors, and they've come in and they've torn down those homes and they've built new ones. And those new homes are super nice, super modern, super pricey. So, you know, and the whole area that we're in right now, the landscape of this area has changed radically over the last 5 years. It'll change radically over the next 5 years. But what does that mean to you? It means, well, you know, and I have a client who pointed this out. We could have bought a home. We could have bought a home for $1.5 million not that long ago. You're right. Now, and you can see you got this lot for sale. I'm going to take you over. I've done this tour before. I don't know that I've done it on a 360 cam, but look, new home, new home, new home, new home, new home, all brand new homes, new price points, right? So, and I'm sure we'll find, okay, so brand new home, old home. That home will likely sell, if it hasn't sold already, for way more than whatever the homeowner, a perfect example, another old home. All of those old homes are target rich environment. Like this whole area is target rich for somebody to come in, make them an offer they can't refuse. You got one right over here, and then you got brand new, brand new, brand new. These are the areas that you want to prospect. Exactly. You know, old home, brand new home. And the makeup of this area has changed radically. You have these old homes and older homeowners or original owners or whatever they might be, and they're looking to cash out. They're looking to tap into their equity. They're looking to change their life radically by accepting an offer, which is certainly going to be a premium offer, but those opportunities are being, I don't want to say exploited, they're being capitalized on a daily basis. So anything that you could potentially find in here off market, if the deal hasn't already been put together, trust me, they're all thinking about selling, and definitely there is a massive demand. of buyers who are happy to take this old home right here and turn it into a brand new home where they can buy that for $1 million and sell whatever the new house is for $3 million. That's happening all day long, everywhere they can across the board. So let's get back to, right here, brand new home, brand new home. It's everywhere. And that is the golden triangle. That is what you're going to see in certain areas within the market in East Boca, in East Delray, in certain areas of East Boynton Beach. Anything coastal is in play. You're going to find these opportunities in Lighthouse Point. You're going to find these opportunities in Deerfield Beach. And everybody's looking for them. So you're looking for a diamond in the rough. You're looking for a unicorn. Trust me, lots of people are looking for that opportunity too. But I don't want to lose track of where I was going with this, which of course is the irrational exuberance. Well, there are plenty of homeowners out there that think their home is worth more than it is, and there are plenty of realtors out there that are willing to let them list it at whatever price they want. And this happens all the time. The consumer is not stupid, and certainly if you're working with me, we're not going to allow that to happen. But if you list your $1 million home for $2 million, I can guarantee you will be seeing a $1 million price reduction at some point in the near future if you really want to sell your home. If you want to play the lottery, then go play the lottery. If you think this is the stock market, it's not. This is the real estate market, and the consumer is smart. The computer. Look at all these brand new homes, right? And then right over there, you can see the old home, and you can see that it's for sale, or actually somebody already bought it and they're developing it. And now we're in Mizner Park. So this area is all walkable. It's super cool. You're paying a premium to be in downtown Boca and live the downtown/coastal lifestyle. And you're going to pay a premium. But back to irrational exuberance and why we're seeing price reductions in the market. The reason we're seeing price reductions in the market is because these realtors are allowing their homeowners, their sellers, their clients to make up their own numbers. And it's funny money. It's irrational exuberance. So you list your $1 million home for $2 million, better believe that it's going to be reduced to $1 million, and then it will sell instantly. But those anomalies and those deals are going to impact the market negatively. And it doesn't actually impact the market negatively, but it definitely impacts the psychology of the shopper negatively. When you have enough people you have enough quote unquote professional realtors allow their clients to overprice their home, well, then you're going to see a lot of data that supports price reductions. What I can tell you is this right now, and today is Friday the 13th. Oh no, it's Friday the 13th. But we're in Mizner Park right now. Look, nobody else cares that it's Friday the 13th. They're out here maxing out South Florida, living to the fullest, and I want you to do that too. But I want you to do it with the right mindset, because the truth is, nothing has changed in the market as of right now. And yes, there are going to be anomalies that exist, and there's certainly going to be data that supports price reductions, because the client is leading the process and the transaction, and they're not serious about selling. They're serious. Anytime I ever meet with the seller who tells me some crazy number like that, I tell them, why go so low? You know, if this is the game we're playing and you're looking to hit the lottery, then why stop? You know, if you have $1 million home and you're trying to sell it for $2 million, why stop there? Let's list it for $10 million, because you got no shot, or $100 million, or $1 billion. You're never going to get that number. But if you want to shoot for, if we're shooting for the stars, let's shoot for the stars. And that's why it's critical that you make sure that you always hire a real professional who knows what they're doing, who can give you guidance and not let you make those mistakes. Because the market is not going to overpay. The market is not going to, and a real professional is not even going to allow you to waste your time on an exercise in futility, chasing a product that is clearly overpriced. And we see this happening all over the place. It happened in my neighborhood in Canyon Trails. The home that I just sold, which set a record value in Canyon Trails and then appraised for $100,000 over. I knew we were getting our buyer a great deal. They started at 1.8, and then it sat on the market for a year with no activity. As soon as they priced it the right way, they had multiple offers which bid the price higher. We won that contract we won the home, got our offer accepted for our buyer, and everybody's happy. But it starts with reality-based conversations. It starts with real information. It doesn't start with irrational exuberance and ridiculous pricing. So if you are seeing metrics that look to speak to price reductions and extra time on the market and all of these other things that don't line up with what I'm telling you, it's only because, well, it's true, first and foremost, but it's not really true. It's true because there wasn't a professional leading the transaction the right way. Because homes that are priced the right way sell instantly, and there are multiple offers, and it is very competitive, and it does drive the price higher. But you need to know what's going on a day-to-day basis in real time. And if any of that ever changes, I will be the first one talking about, screaming from the mountain, the market has shifted, the market is changing, and we'll govern ourselves accordingly. But for now, it's more of the same. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe the irrational exuberance. If you've got any questions or concerns, please reach out to me directly, because I will answer your questions. If you've got any content requests about anything, please leave them in the comments down below, or feel free to reach out at any point. If you're even thinking about moving to or living in South Florida, you've got to give me a call, as long as you don't cause an accident. You've got to give me a call, text, DM, send a carrier pigeon, a smoke signal, by any means necessary, because we've got your back when it comes to moving to or living in South Florida. And until next time, peace.